I know, that was very exciting, Yorick, but it's a bit out of context. Let's see how we got here. I'm Craig Dennis, and this is my right hand, Yorick. Welcome to AI Avenue, brought to you by Cloudflare. We aim to make AI approachable and fun, breaking down barriers and inviting everyone to explore and learn. For this episode, speech. It's a pretty big deal. We love it when things that don't usually speak do, like babies.
He said taco.
And animals.
I'll get you some lunch. Lunch.
Well, Yorick, you can beep. Anyway, speech. Can machines do it? History says yes. Behold, Wolfgang von Kempulen's speaking machine, developed in the 1770s. While Wolfie is far more renowned for his clever hoax, The Mechanical Turk, he spent over 20 years researching and developing this device, which was a guy sticking his hands in a box. No, seriously, take a look. It may sound extremely creepy, but this was the biggest thing to happen to speech synthesis since the hand fart. In 1876, Alexander Graham Bell invented a little thing called the telephone. Maybe you heard about it. It allowed humans to speak to each other across vast distances. The carrier pigeon market went extinct, literally. At the New York World's Fair, the Bell Telephone Laboratory debuted the Voder.
Say she saw me with no expression.
She saw me.
Now say it in answer to these questions. Who saw you?
She saw me.
This device produced the first electronic, human-like speech all the way back in 1939. No, Yorick, I did not attend the 1939 World's Fair. Robots. The innovations only increased through the 70s and 80s, with computers finally understanding thousands of words, provided that you speak slowly, clearly, and without an accent. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, buddy. That was too far. The Kurzweil reading machine in 1976 was an early text-to-speech, or TTS system, designed for the visually impaired. DeckTalk in 1984 was a widely used synthetic voice system known for generating Stephen Hawking's distinctive voice.
It has become my trademark.
In 1997, Dragon Naturally Speaking hit the market and revolutionized dictation. In 2014, Amazon released Alexa.
Yes, Craig.
No, Alexa, don't, stop.
Playing Don't Stop Believing.
No! With the explosion of artificial intelligence, voice technology has made major leaps in understanding context, nuance, and even sarcasm. Sorry, buddy, sarcasm doesn't really translate into beeps and boops. So, that covers the history of electronic speech, but how is it affecting people right now in real life? Journalist Moshe Nussbaum, who has the neurodegenerative disease ALS, is using advanced synthetic voice tech to continue reporting in his distinctive voice. And not only that, his lips can be technologically adjusted to match the words as they're spoken.
הנה, כמו פעם, מה את אומרת? אוהבת?
Nussbaum is able to remain a world-renowned reporter while battling ALS with the help of AI. It's pretty amazing. As these voices get closer and closer to perfect imitations, questions of what they will be used for have arisen. Singer Celine Dion has been warning fans about voice fakes, which mimic her likeness. Now, getting fooled by a Dion dupe is one thing, but it's quite another when senior citizens are robbed through scam artists impersonating their grandchildren. In personal technology, AI voice assistants are rapidly becoming essential in daily life. It doesn't say AI hands, Yorick. Recent studies show that nearly half of all American households use smart speakers such as Siri, Google Assistant, or Alexa.
Yes, Craig.
No! That's all for the news, but we're just getting started with AI Avenue. Coming up this episode, incredible AI speech use cases like real-time translation and some of the faces behind the voice AI revolution. And building Yorick's new voice. Don't worry, Yorick, it won't hurt that bad. Anyway, let's call up Lizzie Siegel, our field correspondent at the NVidia GTC conference in San Jose. She's covering speech-to-text, text-to-speech, pitch, and latency issues. Lizzie? So what's the word? Are people terrified of AI? Lizzie, can you hear me?
No, not at all, Craig. It's really fantastic.
I think there's a bit of latency here.
I can hear you just fine.
Okay, great. How's the tech looking?
Oh, there's a major delay.
Geez, you think progress has slowed down in AI? That's big news.
It's faster than ever, Craig.
Okay, you know what, Lizzie? I'm just gonna.
Craig?
I'll be right there.
It's the latency.
What were you gonna say in the news segment?
Just the conference is going really great.
Oh, okay, great. I guess I'll go shop for Yorick's place then.
Voice is the most natural form of communication. I don't use my thumbs to talk to you, I speak to you.
Right.
And that's how people will speak to machines.
So taking voice, turning it into text,
Right.
you pass that then to the LLM, and then when the LLM does the output, you can turn that then into speech.
Back into speech.
Yeah.
So what do you think his voice should sound?
Yeah, he kind of looks like he should have an Irish accent, I think.
A knowledgeable one.
Knowledgeable. Okay.
Knowledgeable is important because it's about text.
Something a little upbeat, exciting. We have 3,000 voices that you can pick from. Maybe you can clone your own voice. It could sound like you, Craig.
What? Meanwhile, Lizzie is getting to hear what the people think about AI tech.
This is Lizzie from NVidia GTC in San Jose, California. Let's go see what people have to say. Have you experimented with AI voice?
Yeah, like I do that all the time. It has replaced my best friend. I'm kidding.
Do you think voice UI will replace the keyboard?
Like I used to work at Twilio and there was a lot of talk about voice going away, like phone going away. But people really like conversation. So I think that like people moving to chat and all that. So I do think there's always going to be people that are comfortable using a keyboard.
For some segments, sure. Like for gaming, I don't think that the mouse is going to go away. But I see an increasing amount of developers and authors like dictating instead. And I think like the vibe coding tribe right now that's really hot are using, like Super Whisper with Cursor, so.
Are you an AI doomer or an AI vroomer?
Ooh, AI vroomer. I'm really excited about it. There's so much growth. There's good and bad with all innovation.
Yes, I am an AI optimist. I see digital humans and robots becoming incorporated into daily life very soon.
Boomer, let's go. We really need some time back. And we have to understand these AI is going to do recursive work for us. And we would get the time for being more human.
Well, Lizzie, it depends on the day. If you're using it for good, drug discovery, chemical manufacturing, that's a great thing. If you're using it to trick people into giving you their money or ransom for Bitcoin, not such a great thing.
What's something that you want to see from AI in the coming year?
It would be great to see more delivery of like direct value.
I would love to see AI make money for me.
The industry has very much matured from GPT-2 to GPT-4. There are a lot of changes that has happened.
Just to hammer home how fast stuff is changing, OpenAI has already released a newer version of GPT since filming.
But it is textual based right now. Like anything that is happening is textual based. We are very far from AGI, but we are moving in that direction. And it doesn't happen like today. It happens in segmentation of steps.
And have you cloned or generated your voice yet?
That could basically breach my privacy onto another level. So if there are no such guardrails for it, I think I'm not going to do it.
Latency in communication has been a problem for a very long time. Much of human history and literature hinges on latency. Imagine if Shakespeare's Friar Lawrence had a cell phone. Romeo would have known that Juliet faked her death, and they might have lived happily ever after. Or just lived, after. Consider the Battle of New Orleans in 1815, a battle fought 15 days after a peace treaty was signed that formally ended the war. Even modern achievements like the moon landing faced latency. Mission Control waited anxiously for Neil Armstrong's delayed transmissions from space. And if we reach out to our nearest habitable exoplanet, messages would take over 4 years each way. Talk about a time delay.
The hardest thing about building a voice application today is what we call latency as engineers. So when we're talking about engineered systems and we're talking about speed, we're talking about one of two things, either throughput or latency. Throughput is how fast it goes. Latency is how long it takes to get started. So if you're driving down the freeway and you're going 60 miles an hour, that's throughput. If you're at a stoplight and you put your foot down on the gas, that's latency. Humans are very sensitive to how long other people take to respond to them in conversation. And when humans talk to AI, they have those same expectations. So typically, if you and I are just talking, I get a little weirded out if you take much more than 500 milliseconds to respond to me. 500 milliseconds is half a second. The hardest thing is getting these new tools to respond at very fast latency. For many years, I thought voice was just in the realm of pure research. And when people came to me and said, we want to build an application and we want to be able to talk to it, I said, don't do that. We're not ready. Like, you've got a lot of other low-hanging fruit you can solve at the UI level. And then about a year and a half ago, that changed overnight. And I completely flipped and think that voice is like the biggest possible UI step forward that we're all making over the next couple of years.
I was beginning to sense a theme from our experience at GTC.
ElevenLabs.
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 You need to actually go talk to Thor in our London office.
So it's clear where we have to go. And after fueling up, we're off to ElevenLabs in London. Here we are at the new ElevenLabs in Soho, London. Inside this office, there are researchers and engineers working on the best synthetic speech out there. So let's go bother them with my robot hand. Thor! Hey, Greg! Welcome. Yorick, come on in. All right.
Hi, I'm Thor. I'm a developer experience engineer at ElevenLabs. We're aiming to build the most realistic, kind of human-like speech. We really make sure to make most parts of the platform also available without any coding skills whatsoever.
I want to give my robot hand a voice. I don't want to give it my voice. That'd be voice cloning, right?
Yes, so we provide various different levels of voice cloning technology. So there's the instant voice clone, where with just a short snippet of your voice, you can create a fairly realistic copy, of what you sound like. And then you can take that a step further, where if you have, 30 minutes, ideally a bit longer, of high quality recording, you can fine-tune the model to kind of this professional voice clone to really, sound like you with your emphasis, your inflection. Basically, it looks at your audio waveform and kind of extracts the characteristics of what, makes your voice you. And the model uses that as a reference to then generate, the audio waveform that sounds like you.
Thor, you know that I make a lot of videos. Could anybody just take my stuff and use my voice?
We take the safety part very seriously. So if you want to create a professional voice clone, we've developed a tool that is called the voice capture. So very similar to, like if you're being asked, like, are you a human? And you have to, move some pictures around. It basically asks you to read out a random phrase in your voice to confirm that this is actually you trying to clone that voice.
I know that a lot of people are afraid about how this affects the creative industry.
Our mission is to make, any content out there available in any language and any voice. And so you might have seen some of, the interviews we've done with Lex Friedman, where we've, taken the voice clone from the interview partners and dub that into different languages. And really that makes kind of your content accessible to such a broader audience.
The land of Gautam Buddha. क्योंकि बुद्ध की भूमि है. Это земля Gautama Buddha.
We work with a lot of voiceover artists who provide their voice clones to be used on the platform, who then get commission when their voice is used. So that's an option where you can search for, different languages, different accents, different characteristics.
Can I use ElevenLabs to make me speak Spanish?
While the models are getting really fast, the actual translation piece is kind of what is the big challenge here, to really get the semantics right. And that's very important, right? We want to make the content available without changing the meaning. That is kind of where we need this technology to improve, to actually get to kind of a real-time use case. There's a whole world out there, so many humans that we want to talk to.
Where do you see ElevenLabs having the most impact?
We work with people who've lost their voice due to disability, and basically work with them and their families to give them their voice back. So we've worked with this stand-up comedian who lost their voice due to ALS.
At this stage of my life, I try to be as direct as possible. I also think I can respond faster than most politicians. As a matter of fact, the president should always be someone with ALS. Our lifespan is usually one term. Veterans love us since many get it. And we won't be caught with our pants down because, well, someone has to pull them.
They've actually used the technology to go back on stage and, have a live comedy set, which is really, really great to see this technology have such a positive impact in people's lives.
So I've generated the voice. Now what?
We've built this conversational AI platform. So it basically puts kind of all of our technologies together. So we have this super accurate speech-to-text transcription. So that's what allows us to, hear kind of what the person is saying. Then we have various different large language model partners. So we work with, Anthropic, OpenAI, Gemini, kind of whatever sort of brain you want to plug in.
So what are my other options?
Use our voice designer tool, where you can basically describe the characteristics as a text prompt, just in your natural language. And then what we do is we basically take your text prompt and we encode that into this embedding that, describes the characteristics that you want to have, and apply that to the model to then generate the speech, which will have those characteristics. So I think we should sit down and design a voice for Yorick.
Thor, do you think it's going to freak people out if I give this hand a voice?
No, I actually think it'll make it more approachable for folks because, voices are very relatable to people. And so I think actually when they see it, they might be a bit like, oh, what is this? But then if it talks to them like a human, they might be like, oh, hey, oh, good to meet you. I actually think in the not too distant future, we'll be talking with a lot more of our devices rather than tapping and typing.
What do I do? Where do I go?
So if you just go to the voices menu there, and there's a little button to add a new voice.
Okay.
The prompt window, so that's where we sort of describe the characteristic of the voice we want to have.
An old British male with a raspy deep voice, professional, relaxed, and assertive.
The night air carried whispers of betrayal, thick as London hog. I adjusted my cufflinks.
You can see the setting here, the guidance scale. It kind of controls sort of how much improvisation freedom you want to give the model. Yep. What do we think Yorick would sound like? It's probably, we said, kind of gender neutral, energetic, robot hand.
Can we do that?
I mean, we can do, we can do anything.
I want to be quippy.
Witty?
Witty, a quippy, witty. Let's do a slight American accent.
Welcome back to the show where I bring you all the circuits of entertainment.
That was pretty nice.
Yeah.
That was pretty nice. That did feel like an old-timey.
But also, we can now go one step further and actually make this into a conversational agent. Should we do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
So we have, English as kind of the default language, but you can also click in and you can select all the supported languages. And that is sort of the system prompt to, kind of set the personality. And so
like in this tone, like you are, is that the right way to go? Okay, you can do that. You are a robot hand.
Okay.
You co-host a show called AI Avenue. You are clever.
Yeah.
And funny.
It's good.
You respect your host.
But also do like the occasional funny joke.
Give some funny jokes.
Yeah. And there we are. Now we can say test AI agents.
Oh my gosh.
And we can bring Yorick to life.
Oh my gosh.
Hello, Craig. Welcome to my show.
What do you mean your show, Yorick? You're the co-host.
Well, Craig, technically it's our show, but let's be honest, who's the real star here? Should I use the language detection tool to switch to German?
Ja, lass mal Deutsch sprechen.
Ausgezeichnet. Dann legen wir mal los.
Oh my gosh, that was incredible. I've got an idea and I think I need to go build it right now. Okay, a voice translation app. Done. Okay, wow, only took 10 minutes. You can check out how I made this app using ElevenLabs tech within the notes below. Up next, a heartwarming field piece. We often think of translation as just swapping words, but real communication is about more than that. It's about sharing voices, emotions, and stories. So let's see what happens when AI helps bridge not just languages, but generations. We sent our correspondent, Lizzie Siegel, to San Francisco to get the story.
Today, I'm here in the Bay Area with 3 generations of a very special family. We have a grandfather who speaks Hindi, the grandson who speaks English, and the dad who speaks both, kind of stuck in the middle, but not today. Today, we're going to be testing a voice translation app built by Craig that uses ElevenLabs technology. Let's go see AI bridge that gap.
My name is Vihan.
My name is Tapan Shah.
मेरा नाम मनोज शाह है.
Feel most comfortable speaking English.
At work, mostly English. At home, it's our native language, Hindi, and then Gujarati.
मैं हिंदी में बोलना पसंद करूँगा.
As a translator, it feels like till I'm home, people are actually blocked just because they're not able to converse with each other properly.
I feel like my grandpa really doesn't understand what I'm trying to say.
ये कि मैं मेरा जी विचारे और मेरी जो भावनाएं वो व्यक्त करने में मुझे थोड़ी तकलीफ होती है.
So when Grandpa speaks Hindi, it translates to English, but in his voice. And when the grandson speaks English, it comes out in Hindi in his voice. Let's give it a try.
मेरा नाम मनोज शाह है और विहान मेरा पोता है. My name is Manoj Sahai and Vihan is my grandson.
Oh. Hello, my name is Vihan and I play cricket. नमस्ते, मेरा नाम विहान है और मैं क्रिकेट खेलता हूँ. My favorite basketball team is the Golden State Warriors and my favorite player on the team is Stephen Curry because of how well he shoots.
मेरी पसंदीदा बास्केटबॉल टीम गोल्डन स्टेट वॉरियर्स है और टीम में मेरा पसंदीदा खिलाड़ी स्टीफन करी है क्योंकि वह कितनी अच्छी तरह से शूट करता है.
Yeah, I mean the way it cloned my voice and then the translated language, it really surprised me on how well it did that.
Within the Bay Area itself, 1 in 5 Hindi-speaking family will find this really, really valuable. So they will benefit a lot from something like this.
This is the kind of magic AI can unlock. Not just automation or information, but understanding. And sometimes that's the most powerful thing that technology can do.
You know, Yorick, that experience showed me how much technology can help us learn new things from someone or something you thought you knew, like the back of your hand. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that that was offensive to hands. My mistake. You see, I'm still learning new things from you. Hey, that's offensive to people. Anyway, let's help you sass me with the voice of your own. This tutorial's all about you, Yorick. Let's get you upgraded. While Yorick is being upgraded, let's recap what we've learned today. I hope that you're feeling empowered to start experimenting with generative voice on your own. I've included some demos for you to explore. And as I always say, you have to actually touch AI to fully appreciate it. So go touch it. What a whirlwind tour across the world of synthetic speech. First, we journeyed through the history of voice technology, from a hand-operated box in the 1700s to the birth of modern TTS and STT systems. That's text-to-speech and speech-to-text, essential for everything from audiobooks to Alexa.
Yes, Craig. Shut it, Alexa.
Yorick, nice new voice.
I had literally no input, but thanks.
We hit the floor at NVidia GTC, where engineers showed us the latest in speech-to-text, pitch control, and real-time synthesis. They spoke of the importance of latency when you build voice applications. It's critical, isn't it, Yorick? Yorick?
See? That was a demo of latency. Get it?
I am already regretting the voice upgrade. We got to hang out at the legendary ElevenLabs in London, where we met Thor, and he showed us the process of designing voice. We described in English what we wanted, and we created Yorick's brand new voice.
Again, no input.
Just be glad I didn't give you my own voice, Yorick.
That's super creepy, man.
It's kind of creepy. Which is why I had some concerns. I wouldn't want someone to be able to make such a clear copy of my voice. So we talked about precautions that they are putting in place. Also, we learned that if I ever did find a place that was using my voice, the audio produced from ElevenLabs is watermarked.
Nobody is gonna steal your voice. My voice is the moneymaker.
Lizzie then showed us one of the most heartwarming use cases of this tech, voice translation, that helped a grandfather and a grandson speak across a language barrier. And just now, I built a web app called Talk to the Hand, where anyone can chat with Yorick from their browser.
Dad, joke alert. But seriously, you should check it out. Talk with me, please. I literally only know Craig.
So that's where we started and where we've landed. Instant, multilingual, emotional, watermarked AI speech. Next time on AI Avenue, vision.
See you there.
I saw what you did there. Who's got the dad jokes now?
Thanks for hanging out on AI Avenue.